Good morning and welcome back to NASA TV and our third and final installment of the Expedition 64 journey to the International Space Station. Crew on board the Soyuz MS-17 launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan at 12:45 a.m. Central Time today, carrying NASA astronaut Kate Rubins and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey Ryzhikov and Sergey Kud-Sverchkov to the International Space Station. They arrived there for docking at 3:48 a.m. Central, just a few minutes ahead of schedule, and since then have been working on getting the hatches between their vehicle and the International Space Station open. Waiting for them on the other side of those hatches, we have the Space Station Commander, NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy, as well as Russian cosmonauts Anatoly Ivanishin and Ivan Wagner. Those crews are all going to meet for the first time once today's hatches are open, but we've got a little bit more work to do. This is where the journey started today, again with that 12:45 a.m. Central Time launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Site 31 launch pad, the second crewed vehicle to launch from there. It had a flawless ascent and arrived on orbit 8.5 minutes later and began making their way to the International Space Station. Some video of the Soyuz as it was approaching the space station. After having a few issues early on with the Kur's antenna system that leads it in for an automated docking, everything cleared up and it arrived even just a few minutes ahead of schedule via the usual automated docking that that Kur's antenna system allows the Soyuz to perform. Here it is arriving at the Rassvet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the space station. Again, that docking occurred at 3:48 a.m. Central Time, while the space station and Soyuz were 261 miles above the Mediterranean Sea.
На связи.
Go ahead.
Примите очередной 5-минутный замер.
You're ready to copy another 5-minute measurement? Yes, ready to copy.
На время 13:22.
At 13:22.
726 давление.
Pressure is 76.
726 принято.
726 copy.
Дельта 2.
Принято.
Pressure delta is 2.
13:20.
At 13:20,
Включили на сушку.
we put one of the spacesuits for drying.
Принято 13:20.
Copy.
Поставили на сушку скафандра.
Drying started at 13:20 for one of the spacesuits.
Вот рядышком положи.
Just put it nearby.
Так, сейчас вентиляцию.
Stand by. I'll turn off the ventilation.
Провором примите 15-минутный замер.
This is Powers. Are you ready to copy 15-minute measurement? Yes, ready to copy.
Soyuz always, of course, docked to the Russian side of the space station. You can see that one Soyuz was already docked there. The Soyuz MS-17, which you can see the arrow pointing to close to the top of the screen. Of course, the new commercial crew vehicles that we're beginning to see launch to the space station will dock to the U.S. segment of the space station.
Moscow.
And seeing the first view of the station side of that hatch, ready to be opened.
Ground to the camera is on. It's about the activation of the vehicle. You can record it in the orbital flight procedure book. And just FYI, you are on the big screen in the main flight control room. Okay, what page should we open? You will have to do the deactivation of the vehicle. You will be told later at what time. It is page 25 of the procedure dash 38, step 4.
Понял.
Copy.
Moscow
station, speak to ground 2. So I will perform the step for the deactivation of the vehicle. Now, letters go to the actions in the box. Hatch of the station. The hatch of the station is open. Now you can do the steps in the box, in the procedure. Copy in the work. We are opening cockpit valve. Copy.
Roscosmos cosmonaut Anatoly Ivanishin there has the station side of the hatch inside the Rassvet module open.
Copy.
Now we're just waiting for the crew on the Soyuz side to open their side of the hatch.
Сергей, посмотри, S5 есть?
Sergey, could you please look at the panel S5? Do you have S3, right?
Не горит?
Is it illuminated? No.
S3.
Ignition's crewmates Chris Cassidy and Yvonne Wagner are gathered there with them inside Rassvet, just out of view, but they're all ready and waiting to greet their new crewmates. Kate Rubins, Sergey Kud-Sverchkov, and Sergey Ryzhikov all gathered on the other side of that hatch,
Copy. Then let us
ready to enter the International Space Station. It will be the first time for Kud-Sverchkov, as this is his first trip to space.
Готовы?
Are you ready to copy, Favorin?
Готово?
Yes, we are.
Значит, газоанализатор не...
So gas analyzer should not be deactivated. It is page 36 of the orbital flight procedure, step 4.5.
And Chris Cassidy there joining ignition beside the Rassvet hatch.
Should be omitted.
Just out of view is Yvonne Wagner.
Страница 36.
Okay, page 36, step 4.5 should be skipped. Yes,
Значит,
I confirm.
выполните
Then the SR
P3.
cartridge should be changed in SR 1 to 3.
Страница 35.
Page 35, step 4.3. Yes, that's correct.
P1 на P3.
P1 be changed to P3 in SR.
Патрон очистки в бытовом отсеке не...
So the purification cartridge in BO should not be changed.
Вас понял, в БО не меняется.
Copy, the BO purification cartridge should not be changed. And forward, what about RPV1? Is it closed? Could you please double check it?
These three crew members have been alone at the space station since the SpaceX Demo 2 crew left back in August.
RPV1, is it
Doug Hurley and Bob Benkin
Yes,
will be a
copy.
6-member crew again for just a week before they make their own departure on October 21st and come home for their own landing in Kazakhstan.
Значит, в бытовом отсеке на патрон
So
заглушку.
in BO, you'll have to close the cartridge with a cap.
Номер 7.
It is in the container number 7, this cap.
Вас понял. А блоки очистки когда отключены?
Copy, and when the purification unit should be deactivated, purification units should be deactivated.
После ОПО надо будет вернуться
After the VPO, you will have to go back to the vehicle
по странице 70.
and
Схема.
using page 72 of the short profile,
Установить заглушку КСДСУ и отключить блок.
install cap KSD-SU and then deactivate the purification cartridge, purification unit.
Это короткая схема, страница 72.
It's the short profile, short approach profile, page 72 of the procedure.
Вас понял.
Copy, Moscow.
В команде выполнил.
On your go, I will perform the actions on page 72.
Значит,
Yes,
еще
I confirm.
такая информация.
Also, some additional information you will have to
Цепь корабля 747
take from MRM1 to the vehicle 747, a Ford filter to M in the orange bag.
Штрих-код у него тут
The barcode
3 0
30
710
710
81
81
английская.
R, English letter R, Latin letter R, like in red.
Повторите, пожалуйста.
Could you please repeat the number?
Значит, перенести из МИМ-1
So you will have to
отсек вашего корабля АФО 2М,
move the Ford
который
from your vehicle. Yes, I understand. But what is the number? The number is 000-710-81R. So this is the barcode number.
Успели?
Did you manage to jot it down? Yes, I did.
А также перенести
Also, you will have to move BMP number 19
тремя ИПК.
with 3 IPK
То есть еще БМ.
masks. So BMP cartridge and 3 IPK masks.
Вас понял.
Copy all. Thank you.
А также передать третий скафандр.
Also, the third
корабля 705
space
для
suit
сушки.
will have to be given to the crew of the vehicle 745 for drying.
Принято.
The spacesuit is already prepared for that.
Устанавливать. В случае...
Okay, 1350, the measurement, 1350, yes, go ahead. Well, actually, at 1350, we installed the second spacesuit for drying. Copy, at 1350, the second spacesuit is installed for drying. Now, regarding Unit 2, should not be installed. In case of fire, you will have to activate the fan in BO manually.
Понял.
Copy.
Блок 2 не устанавливаем.
So Unit 2 should not be installed, Moscow.
Так, отметили, да?
So did you take a note of that? Yes, we did.
Так, ну да, еще раз, получается,
Also,
после открытия
Moscow, after you open the hatches,
потом вернуться.
you will have to go back to the vehicle to deactivate com assets in the vehicle, and also purification cut unit should be deactivated, and the SU cap should be installed. Or we can remind you later if you want.
Какое у вас сейчас давление?
Could you please give us the pressure reading?
Текущее давление 740.
Current reading is 740.
Принято.
Copy.
Что говоришь?
Still standing by for the opening of the Soyuz side of the hatch that you're seeing here, as well as the full Expedition 63 crew. Closest to the hatch, Anatoly Ivanishin, and in the middle, NASA astronaut and Space Station Commander Chris Cassidy. Just out of view, except for his hands that are floating in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You can also just see a bit of the third member of the crew, Ivan Bogner, Roscosmos cosmonaut and flight engineer. Eagerly awaiting the opening of the Soyuz side of the hatch. They've got their part done for this operation.
Go ahead.
Мы ожидаем, да?
We're standing by for the event. Yes, pressure equalization is going on at this time. Copy all.
MCC Moscow ISS and Space Ground 2, go ahead. How much time approximately will it take?
Секунду.
Stand by 1 second.
Сейчас разница в давлении 13 миллиметров.
Right now, the pressure difference is 13 millimeters. Copy, 13 millimeters.
Favore Moscow, what about the current pressure?
136.
Принято.
736, copy.
Москва, МКС, СГ-2.
MCC Moscow ISS and Space Ground 2, go ahead.
Мы встречаем и идем сразу в СМ, правильно?
So we're going to welcome them on board, and then we're going to move to the service module.
Давление сейчас 4
Yes.
миллиметра. Да, все правильно.
Right now, the pressure difference is 4 millimeters. Okay, copy, 4 millimeters. Sounds good.
Фаворы давление какое?
Favore, could you please give the pressure reading? 735,
Принято.
copy.
Фаворы.
Favore
Приступаем к открытию.
Moscow, you can start to open the hatch by OSO.
Закрываем.
Guys,
Copy,
on the
close,
Soyuz 3
cockpit.
are starting to open
Valve.
their hatch.
Приняли, приступают к открытию.
Copy, they're starting to open their hatch.
And it sounds like the moment we've been waiting for is imminent.
Copy.
Crew on board the Soyuz getting the go to begin opening the hatch on their side of the equation. Space station side of the hatch has been open for about 15 minutes now, so just been waiting for the pressure to equalize between the two vehicles so that they can get that other hatch opened.
КВД, ККТ закрыт.
KVD and KKT valves are closed. I'm starting opening the BOSU hatch. Copy.
And there you see the hatch open at 6:07 a.m. Central Time.
We are observing how you're opening the hatch.
And the first chance to float inside for the newcomer to space, Sergey Kud-Sverchkov, who's making his first trip to the International Space Station, followed there by NASA astronaut Kate Rubins on her second journey to the space station.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Kate. Happy birthday. You had a big candle, that's right.
And the final crew member to arrive, Soyuz Commander Sergey Ryzhikov.
Good to see you.
That's all three members of the Soyuz MS-17 crew on the space station side of the hatch, officially arrived at 6:07 a.m. Central Time.
Should I activate camera on the MRAM? Yes, turn off the camera and MRAM when everybody else moves out of MRAM. Okay, sounds good.
Moscow, favor, go ahead.
Сейчас я уточню, Сергей.
Okay, so what are our actions? Sergey, stand by one.
Сергей, давай сначала на
Sergey,
потом все остальное.
let us do the conference first, and then all other, the rest of the actions in the vehicle will be done after that, and we will remind you about it. Okay, so talk to you later. Thank you, bye.
Again, all members of the Soyuz MS-17 crew now part of the International Space Station crew. That patch is open between the two vehicles at 6:07 a.m. Central Time, while they were flying 268 miles over the Tasman Sea, just off the coast of Tasmania.
Ребята, наблюдаем вас на экране.
Guys, we see you on the screen. And Favor, congratulations on your safe arrival. Thank you.
И рады вас слышать и видеть.
We are super excited to see and hear you guys. Likewise, and we are happy to work with you, Anton. We are really glad to hear you.
All 6 members of the new space station crew together in this view for the first time. The new members of the crew are in the darker flight suits.
If you could you please move a little bit to the left, because we cannot see Kate clearly?
Вот сейчас отлично.
All right.
Все
This
помещаются.
looks wonderful. Now you fit on the screen just nicely. We are finally home.
МКС, ответьте, Супов.
Station, Moscow, on Space to Ground 1. How do you copy? Loud and clear.
Ребята, доброе утро.
Guys, good morning.
На связи с вами.
This is, as you know, your old friend Gidzenko here with you. Yuri Pavlovich, we are excited to hear you.
Вот в связи с той обстановкой, которая...
Well,
Да, там...
since this whole situation, as you may be well aware of, we would like to say congratulations from all the top management in Baikonur. Also, the Soyuz flight control room would like to congratulate you guys and Kate Rubins with successful docking, and I would like to congratulate you from the main flight control room, who were also supporting and talking to Anatoly, Chris, Ivan all the time. Also, the transportation team would like to say congratulations, and Favori, it was a wonderful launch, wonderful docking despite a tiny failure. You reported everything well, you tracked it, took all necessary measures, and you honestly performed wonderfully. So now it's just a pleasure to see your smiling faces, happy faces, inspired faces. For Kate and for Sergey, this is not their first rodeo, of course. But you, Sergey, you probably feel like you've been on board. And Kate, I would like to join in and say happy birthday to you. It's a beautiful day, and you celebrated it wonderfully with such a great docking. Thank you so much. It's the best birthday that I have ever had. Agreed. And not to distract you too much, guys, I would like to give the floor to you talked to Vladimir Solovyov. He has left the mission control for a bit, and he sends his best regards to you one more time. You have already spoken to you. Well, now all you need to do is to deactivate the Soyuz vehicle, and I would like to remember my experiences from 20 years ago, 2nd of November, when Sergey and Shep and I opened the hatches, and nobody was really greeting us on the side of the ISS, and we had to turn on the lights and make it our home. And it's a wonderful feeling that 20 years later, we are greeting Expedition 64 on board the ISS. So one more time, congratulations and good luck, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a great pleasure to us that Sergey Konstantinovich came to see us off at Baikonur, and you continually remind us of the great past and the great history of the ISS, of how we continue to follow in the footsteps.
Ребят, ну, мы тоже все прекрасно.
And guys, we understand really well that for Anatoly, Ivan, and Chris, it's going to be the wrap-up of their activities on board. For you, it's a starting point. You'll be learning the ropes, getting acclimatized on board. So feel free to ask any questions. We will always be here to support you, and let's hope that everything goes nominally. Also, well, you know, work for the timeline. Thank you so much.
Ребят, ну, репортаж у нас закончен.
All right, this is Anton Glavny. We are done with all the TV activities. I do not want to hold you up any longer. I will give you small tasks to everybody. Sergey, you need to wrap up all the activities in the Soyuz vehicle, the COM deconfig, and etc. Just work for the procedures. Copy. I'll put everything in work. Ivan, you can deactivate the TV video and stow it. And for Anatoly, please open the PRK hatch for Form 24, and all the information from the GoPro cameras needs to be downlinked via OCA. Wilco. This is it, guys. If you do not have any questions, I will be happy to talk to you later.
Those words coming from the flight control team in Moscow, and more specifically from one of the members of the very first expedition crew that arrived at the International Space Station back on November 2nd, 2000. They launched on October 31st and then docked a couple days later. That was Yuri Gudzinko, who was a member of the crew, Russian cosmonaut member of the crew, along with Russian cosmonaut Sergey Krikalev and NASA astronaut William Shepard. Again, they arrived at the space station, the first long-duration crew to stay there, on November 2nd, 2000. So we are just a few weeks away now from marking the 20th anniversary of their arrival. Kate Rubins, Sergey Kud-Sverchkov, and Sergey Ryzhikov will all be there to mark the occasion of the 20th anniversary of continuous human presence on board the International Space Station. And they got some well wishes from the first person to make that same journey, recounting his own experience of arriving with the lights off. A little different than the usual greetings we get from family and management on the ground, but a good substitute. And also, of course, he had some birthday wishes for Kate Rubins, who is celebrating her birthday today, in addition to launching to space.